Salam sejahtera and good morning to Sesazani. My name is Effendi John and my metric number is 65311 and I will presenting about contemporary assignment on Malaysian fuel subsidy externalities on the balance. So to begin with, there are two sections in this presentation. The section A is about understanding the content of the article, while section B is about is policy area positive or negative externalities. Right. All right. I will continue on section A. In this section, I will look for the plus and minus of fuel subsidy. For the plus, it can reduce the burden of the people, especially the low income group and middle income group. Second, it can reduce oil distortion and leakage, while the minus is people are lacking incentive to conserve energy because the price is that use of energy accelerate the depletion of fossil resources and aggravate environmental degradation such as air pollution and global warming. The third one is it can increase national expenditure. It can increase national expenditure because to cover fuel subsidy, the government had to increase national spending. All right, next. Okay, the next is next is method that used in this paper is Malaysian CGE model. The method is developed to quantify the potential impact of energy subsidy reform. Second, Malaysian CGE model also used in analysis of government regulation, tax reform, trade, and environmental issues. Next. Third is data and example. Data used are mainly from Malaysia Input-Output Table 2010 and Malaysia Statistic Handbook. According to the data, GDP and total export of Malaysia in the base year 2010 were around ringgit Malaysia 825.8 and ringgit Malaysia 643.6 billion. This evidence is taken from Department of Statistics. Credible because Department of Statistics is official portal used by many parties, including researchers, policymakers, as well as academicians. Right, next. Next is key argument. There are two key arguments. First, reducing petroleum and subsidy would improve economic efficiency and increase national GDP. This is because when the global price rise, the government have to provide additional provision for fuel subsidies. But if government reduce the fuel subsidy, the national GDP also will increase. Second, reducing fuel subsidy ensure country toward low carbon. This is because when the subsidy for fuel such as petrol and diesel is reduced, people will use public transportation and this will reduce smoke emission. Therefore, the objective towards low carbon will be achieved. For the fifth, which is thesis statement, reducing fuel subsidy is the right complement. This is because the subsidy has many negative effects such as air pollution and also increased national spending on managing environment. Smoke emission from vehicles will increase the temperature and cause air pollution. Therefore, the reduction of subsidy is justified. Next. All right. I will proceed on section B, whether the subsidy policies in Malaysia cause more positive or negative externalities. First is the evidence. Fuel subsidy policies causes more negative externalities because it doesn't give much benefit to the low income group but benefits the rich. Not only that, the foreigners that settle and work in Malaysia also enjoy the subsidy by buying from oil station. Apart from that, oil embezzlement and smuggling is on rise because people will sell the oil to the other countries. The study was conducted in Malaysia shows that the oil price in this country is more cheaper than the other country. This has caused people in this country to sell the oil in the overseas with more expensive from the usual. Last but not least, it can increase oil pollution and not favorable to the country's economy. Next. All right. So second is state your arguments. So my argument is fuel subsidy do not benefit the target group much, but give many advantage to the high income group. Therefore, the government goal of helping the target group such as B40's group has not been achieved. The government intention to provide fuel subsidies is to help ease the burden of low income group to buy the fuel. But the question is, does the low income group really get the benefits as government expected? To answer this question, let's take this comparison for example. The low income group use an average 150 liters of petrol per month, and the middle group use 300 liters of petrol per month, while high income group use 600 liters of petrol per month. This is because the CC engine used by the rich has bigger tank, as they will use car at least such as Mercedes, which has a larger tank compared to the low income group which only use small CC engine. This means when the rich buy oil in the nearby station, they will get more subsidy benefit compared to the low income group. All right, next. Lastly is defend your argument. The government's move to reduce fuel subsidies is justified. This is because the government can channel the fuel subsidy directly to the target group so that the low-income group can enjoy the facilities provided by the government. For example, government can spend the benefits from subsidy reduction on education and health. At the same time, government can maintain subsidies on goods and services so as not to burden the low-income group. Not only that, the cutting of fuel subsidy will reduce leakage through smuggling activity as well as reduce the government fiscal burden. In 2014, the monthly consumption of petrol and diesel in Malaysia was 2 billion liters. This means almost ringgit Malaysia 24 billion is only spent on petrol and diesel subsidies a year. If 10 cent per liters can be saved, the government can save almost 6 ringgit Malaysia, 4.8 billion a year, which can be spent to implement various economic and social projects and also program in improving the well-being of the people. In addition, low-income group will enjoy the benefits from the saving of fuel subsidy by obtaining direct financial assistance such as BRIM. All right, that's all from the presentation today. Thank you very much.